Let me ask you something honest. How many times did you get up to pee last night? 2? 3? Maybe you've stopped counting altogether. You know the routine. It's 3 a.m. Your eyes snap open. Not because of a dream, not because of a noise, because your bladder is screaming at you again. So you drag yourself out of bed, stumble down that dark hallway, stand in that cold bathroom, and wait. And wait. A weak trickle, maybe a few drops. Then you shuffle back to bed, pull the covers up, and just as you start drifting off, that pressure builds again. Like clockwork. Every 2 hours, sometimes every 90 minutes, your body pulls you out of the only rest you're getting. And here's what hurts most. You're exhausted, but you can't sleep. You're tired all day because your nights belong to the bathroom. Your wife notices. Your energy is gone. Your patience is thin. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you're wondering, is this just what getting older feels like? I'm Dr. Richard Thompson, a board-certified urologist with over 15 years helping men take back control of their health. And I want to tell you something right now. This is not normal aging. What you're experiencing has a cause, and that cause has a solution. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your body is waking you up at night, what's really going on inside your prostate, and the simple step thousands of men are using to finally sleep through the night again. And here's the part that might surprise you. It has nothing to do with drinking less water before bed. That advice is dead wrong. Stay with me. All right, let's tackle the biggest myth first, because I guarantee someone has already told you this. Just stop drinking water after 7 p.m. Maybe your wife said it. Maybe your buddy said it. Maybe even a doctor casually threw it out during a routine checkup. And on the surface, it sounds logical. Less water in, less water out, right? Wrong. Here's what actually happens when you cut off fluids at night. Your body still produces urine. That doesn't stop. But now, that urine is more concentrated, more acidic. And concentrated urine doesn't sit politely in your bladder. It irritates the lining. It triggers urgency. So you're still waking up, only now you're dehydrated on top of it. Your mouth is dry. Your joints are stiff in the morning. Your blood is thicker. And your bladder is even more agitated than before. That's like turning down the volume on your car's engine warning light instead of checking the engine. You haven't fixed anything. You've just stopped listening to the signal. See, the problem was never about how much water you drink. It was never about your bladder being too full. The real issue is what's happening below your bladder, quietly, slowly, and for most men, completely unnoticed. Your prostate. That small gland wrapped around your urinary passage has been changing for years, and those changes are the reason you can't make it through the night anymore. Not water, not coffee, not your age, your prostate. So, if it's not the water, what is it? What's actually going on inside that gland that's stealing your sleep and draining your energy? Let's go under the hood, gentlemen. Now let's talk about what's actually going on inside your body. Because once you see this, everything clicks. Your prostate is a small gland, about the size of a walnut, and it sits right below your bladder, wrapped around the tube that carries urine out of your body. That tube is called the urethra. Now, picture a donut. The donut is your prostate. The hole in the middle is your urethra. When you're young, that hole is wide open. Urine flows freely, no issues. But after 50, something starts to change. That donut begins to swell, slowly, quietly. And as it grows, it squeezes the straw tighter and tighter. That's benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. And it's happening to nearly every man over 50 to some degree. Here's the problem. When that passage narrows, your bladder can't fully empty. There's always a little left behind. So it fills back up faster than it should. That's why you're up at 3 a.m. Not because you drank too much water, because your bladder never actually finished the job. But here's where it gets really interesting. Most men assume this swelling is just aging, just something that happens. But a 2023 study from Fukushima Medical University in Japan found something that changes the entire conversation. The researchers discovered that this prostate growth is driven by something called stromal cell proliferation, the buildup of cells around the outer edges of the gland. And what fuels that buildup? poor blood circulation in and around the prostate. Read that again. Your prostate isn't just growing because of age. It's growing because it's starving for proper blood flow. And that, gentlemen, is the missing piece no one talks about. So why is blood flow dropping in the first place? What changed? Here's the answer, and it starts with a tiny molecule most men have never heard of: nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is your body's natural way of keeping blood vessels open. It tells the walls of your arteries to relax, to widen, to let blood flow through freely. When you were younger, your body produced plenty of it. Blood moved easily. Every organ, every gland, every cell got the oxygen and nutrients it needed. But after 50, nitric oxide production starts to decline, significantly. And when that happens, your blood vessels begin to stiffen. They narrow. Flow slows down everywhere, but especially in the smaller vessels, the ones that feed your prostate. Now imagine a garden that nobody waters. What happens? The weeds take over. The soil dries up. Everything that shouldn't be growing starts growing unchecked. That's your prostate when blood flow dries up. Without healthy circulation, waste products accumulate inside the gland. Cells that should be cleared away start piling up along the edges. The prostate swells. The urethra pinches tighter, and the symptoms cascade. That weak stream that takes forever to start. The dribbling that won't stop. The feeling that your bladder never fully empties no matter how long you stand there. And of course, those relentless nighttime trips that shatter your sleep and drain your energy day after day. This isn't a mystery anymore. It's a circulation problem. Your prostate isn't broken. It's suffocating. It's been quietly starving for the blood flow it needs to stay healthy, to metabolize those excess cells, to maintain its normal size. But here's the part that connects all of this, and it's the one thing your doctor probably never checks. Now here's what most men don't realize. This isn't just a bathroom problem. It's a life problem. Because every single time your prostate wakes you up at night, it's not just interrupting your sleep. It's breaking your sleep cycle. And that matters more than you think. See, your body does its most important repair work during deep, slow-wave sleep. That's when your muscles recover. That's when your brain clears out toxins. And here's the big one. That's when roughly 90% of your daily testosterone is produced. But you never get there. Because every time you're dragged out of bed at 2 a.m. and again at 4 a.m., your body resets. You drop back to the lightest stage of sleep and try to climb your way down again. But before you can reach the deep stages, your bladder calls again. Night after night, your body never gets the restoration it needs, and the dominoes start falling. First comes the fatigue, that bone-deep tiredness that no amount of coffee seems to touch. Then the brain fog. You walk into a room and forget why. Names slip away. Your focus scatters. Then your mood shifts. You're irritable, short-tempered. Things that never bothered you suddenly feel unbearable. And then the part most men won't talk about. Your drive fades. Your erections weaken. Your confidence in the bedroom quietly disappears. A patient of mine named Gerald, 63 years old, sat in my office and told me something I'll never forget. "Doc, I don't even go out with friends anymore because I'm always looking for the nearest bathroom. I've become a prisoner of my own prostate." That hit me hard. Because Gerald isn't alone. Millions of men are living smaller lives because of this. Turning down invitations, avoiding road trips, sitting on the sidelines. This isn't just about peeing at night, gentlemen. This is about your freedom, your confidence, and your quality of life. So let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself right now. I'm going to walk you through 5 warning signs, 5 signals your prostate is sending you that something needs attention. And if you recognize 2 or more, it's time to listen. Sign number 1. You wake up 2 or more times per night to urinate. Not occasionally, regularly. It's become your new normal and you've just accepted it. Sign number 2. Your urine stream is weak. It takes a while to start. It stops and starts. Or it's lost that strong, steady flow you used to have without even thinking about it. Sign number 3. You get sudden, urgent rushes to the bathroom. The kind where you're not sure you'll make it. The kind that makes you plan every outing around where the closest restroom is. Sign number 4. that nagging feeling that your bladder never fully empties. You finish, zip up, take 2 steps, and already feel like you need to go again, like there's always something left behind. Sign number 5. Your performance in the bedroom has changed. Lower drive, weaker erections, less confidence, less desire. A quiet withdrawal from the intimacy that used to come naturally. Now, if you're nodding along to 2 or more of those, I want you to hear me clearly. This doesn't mean something is seriously wrong. It doesn't mean cancer. It doesn't mean surgery. It means your body is sending you a signal. A clear, specific signal that blood flow to your prostate has been declining and your gland is paying the price. And here's the part that should actually give you hope. That signal has a solution. Because when you know what's causing it, you can fix it. And fixing it is simpler than you think. Alright, so if the problem is clear, why are so many men still suffering? Because most solutions are aimed at the wrong target. Let's go through them honestly. First, the advice we already debunked. Drink less water at night. We covered why that backfires. It dehydrates you, concentrates your urine, and irritates your bladder even more. Next, prescription medications. Alpha blockers relax the muscles around your prostate and bladder neck. And yes, they can help urine flow. But here's what the fine print says. Dizziness, fatigue, low blood pressure, and for many men, sexual side effects that make the cure feel worse than the problem. Then there are 5-alpha reductase inhibitors. These actually shrink the prostate over time. Sounds great until you read the side effects. Reduced libido, erectile dysfunction, depression. Some men report these effects lasting even after they stop the medication. And surgery? Effective in severe cases, absolutely. But invasive, intimidating, and for most men at this stage, completely unnecessary. Now let's talk about the pharmacy shelf. You've probably seen those prostate supplements lined up in the vitamin aisle. Saw palmetto, generic zinc tablets, 1-ingredient capsules with bold promises on the label. Here's the problem. Most of them contain the wrong forms, the wrong dosages, or they use isolated ingredients that never address the real issue, blood flow. Taking one nutrient by itself for your prostate is like watering one corner of a dying garden. It's not enough. So what actually works? Here's what I tell every man who sits in my office. The prostate doesn't need to be forced into submission with drugs. It needs to be nourished. When you restore healthy blood circulation to the gland, the swelling calms on its own, the cells metabolize properly, and the pressure on your urethra releases. The question is how? And the answer lies in a very specific combination of nutrients that science has been quietly validating for years. Now let me walk you through what the research actually shows, because there's a handful of nutrients that, when combined correctly, create something remarkable inside your prostate. Not one magic bullet, a team, working together. Let's start with boron. Most men have never even heard of it, but boron is one of the most powerful prostate supporters known to science. It helps your body detoxify, supports a healthy inflammation response, and even promotes sharper brain function. Think of it as the cleanup crew that clears out the waste your prostate has been holding on to. Next, Tongkat Ali, used for centuries in Southeast Asia to support prostate health and circulation. It's also a powerful antioxidant that helps protect the gland while promoting healthy blood flow to the area where you need it most. Then there's ashwagandha. This ancient herb traces back over 8,000 years. It balances hormones, supports lean muscle, and helps the prostate flush out toxins that accumulate with age. Fenugreek works alongside it, supporting healthy male hormone levels and prostate function through compounds called furostanol saponins. Panax ginseng, discovered over 5,000 years ago in the mountains of China, directly supports blood flow, energy, and immune function. Maca root from Peru fuels drive, stamina, and prostate performance. And nettle root, used for centuries across Europe, supports urinary tract health and keeps hormones in balance. But here's where it gets powerful. These nutrients need a mineral foundation. Zinc for hormone production and prostate health, magnesium for deeper sleep and healthy blood vessels, and vitamin D for overall prostate function and mood. Now, any one of these alone is helpful, but when you combine them in the right forms and the right quantities, something shifts. They create what researchers call a catalyst effect. Nitric oxide levels improve. Blood circulation to the prostate opens up. Cells begin metabolizing properly, and the gland starts calming down from the inside out. So the question becomes, how do you get all of these in the right forms, the right doses, in one simple daily step? So what does this actually look like in real life? What can you expect when you start giving your prostate the nourishment it's been missing? Let me walk you through it week by week, because I want you to know exactly what's coming. Week 1. Don't expect miracles yet, but pay attention. You'll notice you're sleeping a little longer between bathroom trips. Maybe you wake up twice instead of 4 times. Maybe just once. Your stream feels slightly stronger. Not dramatic, but different. Something has shifted. Your body is responding. Week 2. This is where your days start changing. That heavy, dragging fatigue that used to hit you by 2 p.m. starts to lift. You feel more consistent energy. Not wired, just steady. Your sleep feels deeper. You're not tossing and turning as much. Your body is finally starting to reach those restorative stages it's been missing for years. Week 3. This is the week most men call me about, because the nighttime trips drop significantly. Some men report sleeping through the entire night for the first time in years. That alone changes everything. Your mood improves, your patience returns, and something subtle but powerful happens. You stop mentally mapping every bathroom wherever you go. You stop planning your life around your prostate. Your confidence starts coming back. Week 4 and beyond. Your stream is strong and steady. Your bladder feels like it actually empties. You sleep deeply, consistently, and wake up feeling genuinely rested. Your energy holds all day. And many men tell me quietly, with a grin, that their drive and intimate performance come back too. Naturally, without pills, without forcing anything. This isn't overnight magic, gentlemen. This is your prostate healing because you finally gave it what it needed. And the men who stick with it for 90 days, they tell me they feel like they got 10 years back. Now here's the part I've been building toward. Because after years of research and helping thousands of men in my practice, I went looking for a formula that combined every single nutrient we discussed today. The right forms, the right dosages, all targeting the one mechanism that actually matters, prostate blood flow. And I found it. It's called PROSTAVIVE. PROSTAVIVE is different from anything else on the market. It's not another saw palmetto capsule. It's not a generic multivitamin pretending to help your prostate. It's the only formula specifically designed to support prostate blood circulation and healthy nitric oxide levels. The root mechanism behind prostate swelling, weak flow, and those relentless nighttime trips. 1 scoop a day, mixed into a glass of water. That's it. No pills to choke down, no prescriptions, no side effects. Just a powerful blend of every nutrient your prostate has been starving for. Boron, Tongkat Ali, ashwagandha, fenugreek, Panax ginseng, maca root, artichoke extract, nettle root, plus the mineral foundation of zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D. All working together in one glass to create that catalyst effect on your prostate's circulation. Remember Gerald? The man who told me he'd become a prisoner of his own prostate? 6 weeks on PROSTAVIVE. He called me and said, "Doc, I slept 7 hours straight last night. I actually forgot what it felt like." That's what proper prostate nourishment does. So gentlemen, if you're ready to stop the nighttime bathroom trips, reclaim your sleep, and give your prostate the support it's been crying out for, I've made it easy for you. Simply click on the logo of my channel page and you'll find PROSTAVIVE right there. That's all it takes to get started. Your prostate has been talking to you every single night. It's time to listen. Don't let another sleepless night pass you by when the solution is this simple. I'm Dr. Richard Thompson. Take care of your prostate, and it will take care of you. I'll see you in the next one.